Greetings and welcome back to room 303, AP English, our Roberts text. We are in the poetry section and we're now working with Hayden Carruth's An Apology for Using the Word Heart in Too Many Poems, his 1959 offering. Now, Carruth's dates 1921 to 2008, American poet, literary critic. He's also well known as an anthologist, taught at Syracuse University for many years. This is one of, at least in 303, this is what we consider one of the great poems of all time. Notice the word apology right away will make us think of Plato's Apology. Let's make sure we understand there are two meanings of this word apology. One obviously is to say, I'm sorry, and another is to say, let me defend or explain myself. And so both obviously will work, definitions will work. Let's just enjoy the poem. Pay attention at level 2B to rhyme scheme here, and as well the powerful tone of voice here. What does it mean? Lord knows. Least of all I faced with it. Schoolboys are shy and grown-ups speak it at moments of excess, which later seem more or less unfeasible. It is equivocal, sentimental, debatable, really a sort of lentil, neither P nor B. Sometimes it's a muscle, sometimes courage, or at least hustle, sometimes a core or center, but mostly it's a sound that slushily fits the meters of popular songwriters without meaning anything. It's stout, leonine, chicken, great, hot, warm, cold, broken, whole, tender, bold, stony, soft, green, blue, red, white, faint, true, heavy, light, open, down, shallow, etc. No wonder our superiors thunder against it. And yet, in spite of a million abuses, the word survives. Its uses are such that it remains virtually indispensable, and I think defensible. The Freudian terminology is awkward or worse, and suggests so many perverse etiologies that it is useless. But heart covers the whole business. Lovers to monks, i.e., the capacity to love in the fullest sense. Not even the dullest reader misapprehends it, although locating it is a matter awaiting someone more ingenious than I. But given this definition, driven though it is out of a poet's necessity, isn't the word needed at present as much as ever? If it is well written and said, with the heart and the head. Now, this is a wonderful little poem that will utilize what we sometimes call the vague antecedent in our study of Shakespeare. Of course, we've messed around with this idea that, for example, the word it is used, and of course because of the title we know what is coming at line 25. We're talking, of course, about the word heart. That is to say, how the word can either be used or misused in all kinds of ways. Obviously, the L word comes to mind, love. Now, of course, we have multiple meanings of words at 2A as a major message of this poem. Again, apology, multiple meanings. Either a defense of my use of that word, he's suggesting, the speaker is suggesting, or to say, I'm sorry, but I'm still going to go ahead and continue to use this word in maybe too many poems, right? As well, the word heart will have a same gig, right? The word heart can either be seen as unsophisticated, silly, useless, or it can be the most important word that we ever will come across. Of course, at 2B we mentioned the vague antecedent as well, the rhyme scheme. Pay attention to that one as well, end rhyme. At 3A, Plato's Apology we mentioned as being useful. I'm going to point out Prufrock's, T.S. Eliot's Love Song of Jalfred Prufrock. Remember that Prufrock will say at a point in that poem, it is impossible to say just what I mean, calling into memory, of course, Shakespeare's Hamlet, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. That insubstantiality of language at times, the translinguistic effect of language, the need to use a word, but the word heart might not be exactly that word, but I have to give you some sense of the power of an idea that is conveyed through history by that word. All of that comes to mind at 3B. Finally, How about you? What are the words for you that are most overused and then therefore lose their significance? The L word does come to mind. We're going to, in the poem that follows this, mess around with E. E. Cummings' Hurrah. And, of course, the word patriot will come up in that conversation as being a word that maybe is overused and underappreciated, we might say. What are the words that are for you of this nature? That is to say, people use them way too much or overuse them, and so they've lost their fidelity, we might say. Well, I hope that you're interested in Hayden Carruth's work and go on to find more of his amazing poems. Thank you.